Hello everybody. Alright, so today I'm going to do another slab to cab video. So this is a piece of purple and red Sagenite found in the Gila Bend mountain range area just outside of Phoenix, Arizona. So let me flip this over and see what kind of a design we're working with today. Alright, kind of a freeform shield or whatnot. Now these fractures look pretty much healed, so I don't think I'll have any issues with that. And the stone is definitely translucent. I think it's gonna make a nice cabochon. Alright, so let me get this trimmed out and I'll be right back. Alright, back from the trim saw, got it cut out. Next step, gonna get it on a dop stick and take it out, grind it on the first wheel to shape, and then I'll put a slight dome on it. And I'll bring it back to show progress, see how we're doing. Be right back. All right, back from the polishing machine. I've got this shaped and domed using a 80 hex. So a lot of scratches. Let's see what it looks like wet. So next wheel will be the 180, another steel wheel. And hopefully I can get the scratches from this 80 hex out on that one. So let me go hit that and I'll be right back. All right, back from the next steel wheel, which was the 180. And it looks like I got most, if not all, of the scratches out from the previous wheel, the 80 hex. Next wheel will be a 220, another steel wheel. So hopefully we can get some of the flat spots and any remaining scratches out from the 180 on that one. So let me go get it on the 220, get this thing worked, and I'll be right back. All right, back from the 220. Looking a little better. I can tell this is gonna have, most of these fractures look like they're healed, but that one looks like it's an open fracture going sideways. You got a few that are, well, they look shut. But we got a few poor spots around the edge. That'll get covered up in a bezel. But other than this fracture right here, everything else is looking all right. I'm hoping this isn't as noticeable once we get it completely polished. But with the other healed fractures, I think it'll be fine. All right, I gotta keep an eye on that little scratch right there. May have to hit that a little harder on the 220. Maybe have to go back to the 180. All right, I'll see if I can clean that up, that spot. And then I'll get this on the next wheel, which is the first resin wheel. And as I've said before, I kind of go backwards, and I'll be using a 140 resin before I go to the 280. So let me get that scratch cleaned up, get this thing on the 140, and I'll be right back. We'll see what it looks like. All right, back from the 140 resin wheel. The scratch is looking better. Not scratch, sorry, fracture. I still see a little bit of a set of scratches, but these could be from the 140. If not, I'll go back, but I believe this is ready for the next wheel. And I will examine the little scratches. make sure that the next wheel gets those out. So the next wheel is another resin. It'll be a 280. So let's go get this on the 280, and I'll be right back. All right, back from the 280 resin wheel. Yeah, I think I've got all those little scratches out. Yeah, this fracture's not gonna be that bad. And I think once it's polished, it'll look even better. But yeah, that I can almost see the shop lights, not quite, reflecting in the surface. So I believe this is ready for the next wheel. The next resin wheel is a 600 grit, and it's really the first polishing wheel. So we should be able to see the start of a polish on this, and shop light starting to reflect in the surface. All right, I'll be right back after the 600. All right, back from the 600, and looky there, I can see the shop lights. All right, got a pretty good reflection on this. Let me see that spot right here real quick. That's weird. Got a weird spot right here where it's not looking like it took a good polish. I'll go back over that with the 600 before moving on to the next wheel. See if I can't work that out. Can't really tell what that is. Sometimes there's just anomalies in the surface of the stone, but that looks like a scuff mark. All right. Once I take care of that, if I can, because that could also be a remnants of where a fracture was. That's kind of what it's looking like. You can see a different color in there. But I'll do my best at hitting that again with the 600. Then I'll move on to the 1200, which is my last resin wheel. And I will be back after the 1200. All right, be right back. All right, back from the 1200. I got that other spot polished back out. Whatever it was, it's gone now. I did go back on the 600 on that spot before hitting 12. It looks like I did a good job. No more scuff marks, good polish. You can see the shop lights really well. Fracture on the bottom doesn't look all that bad. So I always go one polishing step after the 1200, but I don't use what everybody typically uses, which is the 3000 resin wheel. I go straight to a leather pad with cerium oxide, high-grade cerium oxide, and we'll put a final polish on it with that. So let me go hit the cerium oxide on the leather pad, and we'll be right back and see if it made a difference before finishing this stone up. All right, be right back. All right, back from the cerium oxide. Okay, that is a really good polish on the stone. All right, only one thing left to do, and that's to finish this one off. So I need to, well, I'll probably go around it and do a bezel, get rid of any chips on that outside bottom edge. I can see a few. So I'll go around it, I'll put a bevel on it, I'll pop it off the stick. I'll go back around the bottom edge and get rid of any chips. And then I'll probably put a flat sanding on the bottom just to make sure that it's finished and there's no chips. All right, let me go finish up the stone and I'll be back with the finished product. All right, finished with the stone. So, as you can tell, I got a nice bevel on the outside edge. And on the back, I made sure there's no chips on the bottom edge. And did a sanding on the back as well. Make sure there's no saw marks or anything. So, there you go. Very nice. Arizona purple and red Sagenite. Alright, well, next up for this piece, I'll be making a sterling silver pendant out of it. I'll do a separate video on that. But I want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Alright.